Hi, I joined Weight Watchers in December 31st of 2016, and since then I've lost a total of 53 and a half pounds. I'm older, and so it takes me a little bit longer, but you know, the plan really does work. Of the younger people in our group have lost a lot more weight faster than me, but you know, slow and steady wins the race, is what they say. So today they started out a new program called Freestyle, and the way it works is it's to let you enjoy more freedom and flexibility than ever before. And they're still going to keep the SmartPoint system because they found out it's successful in helping people lose weight. You eat better and you still lose weight. But they're always looking for a new way to improve it for you. And so they come up with this new food plan that they think is going to work. So the first question you're going to ask is, so what is it all about? Well, they've kept the proven SmartPoint system. The core of the program is the SmartPoints, and it's based on the latest nutritional science. And every food and drink still has their values, and it's still on the menu. Some have gone up in value, and some have, may have gone down. But it's just a matter of checking it out. But you have more choices because they've expanded the list of SmartPoints, and they have a lot of zero value foods, and there's less counting and tracking, so you don't have to track or measure food. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I'm pretty good about measuring and tracking food, but after a while you kind of learn how to eyeball it and you can kind of figure it out, so it really does help. The first couple, I would recommend that if you're just joining Weight Watchers, still try to track and measure your foods just so you can get a general idea how much a portion size really is. You'd be very surprised at what a portion size really is. Here in the United States, our portion sizes are out of control, so we need to check that. And you have more flexibility. I'm not sure how this is going to work. My meetings are on Saturdays, so I have to wait until Saturday to find out, so I apologize that I can't really tell you too much more about this particular part of the program. But it gives you the flexibility to use fewer SmartPoint values and for one day. And if you have 4 extra points, then you can save them over into your weeklies. I get right now 34 daily points and 42 weeklies. So I'm thinking that if I only use 30, then I can save 4. I don't like to save my SmartPoints. I know that they tried this and they say it seems to work, but I'll try it. I'll try anything to lose weight. And there are so many. They have 200 zero food points, but they don't have them all listed. But vegetables, except for starchy ones like potatoes, which that makes sense. Fruit, except for avocado and coconut. I know because they're high in fats. That's why those 2 are taken off. Corn, peas, skinless chicken breast, skinless turkey breast, non-fat sweetened yogurt, eggs, beans, chickpeas, lentils, tofu, fish, and also all seafoods like shrimp, lobster, mussels, and oysters. These foods don't need to be tracked or measured, so you can spend less time counting and more time enjoying your life than counting all the food. And when it comes to eating, for most people, Mondays are usually pretty different from Saturdays. In my case, that's so true. I have a difficult time on the weekends, but on Mondays I seem to get right into it, and Monday through Saturday I'm perfect. Till I weigh in on Saturday morning, and then I just have that mentality that I'm still trying to fight. This is a slow process. I still have a long way to go, but I learn a little bit more about myself each and every day, and I'm getting better. My weekends were way worse. My weekends are still need a little bit of improvement, but I'm really working at it, and I'm really doing better. So they say, let's say you have a daily SmartPoints budget of 23, you would automatically roll over the extra 2 SmartPoints into your bank of the week if you didn't finish all 23 of them. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, I won't know until I go on Saturday if my points have changed. I checked my app out on my Weight Watchers app, and it hasn't updated yet. So I don't know if there's something I need to do to change it around, because it still shows like eggs as 2 points, but according to this, eggs are now 0. And Weight Watcher Freestyle encourages you to move more for pleasure, not just because you should. Doing what you enjoy is the key in making activity part of your life. I go for a daily 2-mile walk. I love it. I don't consider it exercise, although people out there think that that's exercise. To me, it's just something I enjoy doing. You don't have to pick something that you don't like. Pick something that you're going to stick to. Don't join a gym if you're only going to go for a week. They say that so many people join a gym on January 1st, and by January 31st, the membership is way down. Find something that you like. Swimming, biking, golfing, bowling, anything that gets you off that couch is going to count as an exercise. And if physical activity isn't already a part of your regular routine, it'll help you find things you can love so that it'll keep you moving more in a healthier direction. And most of all, you have to shift your mindset. They have so many people that help you when you go to a meeting. A lot of people do the online meetings. I have never done an online meeting. But if you do an online meeting, there are people out there that do a weekly meeting update. I do one on Saturdays. I usually have it posted by Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock, and I just kind of review what we heard about at the meeting that day. So it kind of helps people that don't go to a meeting on a regular basis. But like I said, they have so many 0 points that are going to work. In clinical trials, they found out that the participants said they had fewer food cravings and less hunger, and nearly 3 out of 4 were satisfied with their weight loss progress in 6 months. I'm a big supporter of Weight Watchers. It took me the longest time to join, but like I said, I've been on it almost 12 months now, and I'm really happy with everything. I feel better, I move better, I sleep better, I'm in a better disposition, my mood, and I just feel so much better, which they say 93% agree that Freestyle helps them feel healthier. It has to make me feel healthier because the regular program really does make me feel healthier. Those who tried to lose weight before, more than 82% agreed that the Weight Watcher Freestyle is easier to do, and almost 93% agree it gives them more flexibilities in their food than in the past. They did have some people that, tested it out. They didn't just, come up with this, obviously. It's based on science. And they tell you that you still need to track. Tracking is one of the most effective tools for successful weight loss. It makes you aware of what you're eating, when you're eating it, and how much you're eating it. And it helps you to stick to your budget. You don't have to be like really true to right to the point. Like if you don't know what something is, if you just give a slight guess at what it is. But after a while, like I said, if you do it for a while, you just automatically know how many point values things are in. And you can eat just about anything. You can eat a candy bar. You just have to figure it into your plan for the day. Just know that a candy bar is going to use a lot of your points because there's so much sugar in it. And that only makes sense. But it doesn't mean that you can never have a candy bar on this plan. You can have a candy bar. You can have a slice of cake. You can go to that Christmas party and still enjoy yourself. You can have some Christmas cookies. It's all about moderation, and it's all about knowing how to control your points and your urges. So you just need to go. So a few pointers when you track is you want to be as accurate as you can be. If you don't know the smart point value, that's okay. Just remember that, to have a good guess of what you think it might be. And track in the moment. Don't wait till you get home at night and say, well, what did I have for breakfast and what did I have for lunch and did I eat this when I was over here? If you write it down right away, maybe you don't put the points in right away, but if you put like I had a cup of Cheerios and you just write it down and look it up later on, that'll kind of give you an idea. But if you're tracking as you're going along in the day, you're more aware of what you're eating, and you want to do that. And you have to be kind to yourself. Nobody's perfect, and you're not going to have a perfect day. You can go out today and really blow it, but then don't think, well, I'm going to wait until next week to start again. Start right away at the next meal. If you can't start at the next meal, start at the next day. Always get right back on track as soon as you can, because everybody knows the longer you put it off, the more you dread getting back to it. And it's just so much easier. You can't change the past, but you can learn from the past. So learn where you made your mistakes the day before or the meal before and move on. Don't beat yourself up. Everybody's going to have a fall. Everybody's going to falter a little bit. No one on this plan, I've not met one person that joined Weight Watchers that had a loss every single week. You're not going to do it. You're just not. And if you go with that mindset, you're going to fail. You have to go with the mindset that there might be a week or two where I'm not going to have a loss, or I'm going to have such a small loss, it's going to seem like, what's the point? I lost last week 0.4. That's not even a half a pound. But you know what? It was better than gaining 0.4, because if you gained a half a pound every week, you're going to gain 2 pounds in a month. But wouldn't you rather lose 2 pounds in a month with only the half a pound? So you have to look at it that way. And they have, like the rollovers, I really have to wait until Saturday. So I do apologize that I really don't know how that's going to work. I understand that you can save up to 4 points per day and put it over into your weeklies. But you could have like I know for myself, I can have one bad binge day and I could use up all my weeklies because I get 42 weeklies. So, and I get 34, so that's 76 points. If I was to eat 76 points in one day, if I got on the scale the next day, I'm probably going to gain 2 or 3 pounds. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I really gain 2 or 3 pounds, because a lot of it could be sodium. It could still be the food that's sitting on my stomach. So you just have to really don't beat yourself up. I guess that's the only way I can tell you. Is you just got to remember that you just got to know that you can do it. You just need to have your own inspiration. I can't stress enough. I tried for so many years to do it on my own. I've been trying to lose weight. I'm 67. I've been trying to lose weight since I was 20 years old. So for 47 years, I've been trying to lose weight. And now I finally found something that works. I have a support group that really helps me. This YouTube community is beyond belief. There are so many people out here. Just type in weight loss and you'll find so many people. And they're not the least bit judgmental, and they're out there to be your help and to be your biggest supporter. And I cannot say enough about it. I really love YouTube, and Weight Watchers has saved my life. And I know that's people look at me and say, oh yeah, right, what does that mean? It really does. There's so much support, and I can't stress enough how much support it is. One of the questions I had too was, how has Smart Points plan changed? And there are more 0 points. There's less counting and tracking. You can roll over your unused points, and the smart value system still stays the same. So that's good for me, because I know exactly what points are for things, and then I can move on from there. The most common question is, what can I eat and what do I eat? And the answer is, it's totally up to you. But you got to stick to foods that are higher in proteins and lower in sugar and saturated fats. And that just makes sense. What portion size should I eat? There's no set serving size. You can eat whatever serving size that you want. But you want to limit the foods that aren't 0 points. But, if you wanted to eat as many 0 points as you want, an example would be, you're not going to eat 6 chicken breasts, even though they're 0 points. But you could eat 6 cookies, and those are not 0 points. So you want to make smart choices. And if you think you're eating too much, then you know you're eating too much, and you just cut back a little bit. You don't need a book or someone on your shoulder tapping you and telling you you've eaten too much. You know when you've eaten too much. Can you eat on the Smart Point plan? You can eat what's up to you. You have the added addition of the 0 points, and so you can figure out what you want to have on that. And another question people might ask is, why should I track then? Why do I have to bother with tracking? But tracking helps you lose weight. And it makes you aware, like I said, of what you're eating, when you're eating, and then how much you're eating it. And does it mean that because they're changing the system that it doesn't work? No, not really. They're just trying to find a better way. There's always a better way to do something. And that's just the way of history. There's always a better way. And the Smart Points have always been successful. Members following the plans have lost 15% more in the first 2 months compared to prior programs. So it just proves that it does work. And the Smart Points are based on calories, saturated fat, sugars, and proteins. Foods that are higher in sugars and fats are naturally going to be higher in points. And foods that are higher in protein are going to be lower. But there are some proteins that are higher in fats, and that's why they're not listed. That's why they'll still have some points listed. So you want to pick healthy, like a chicken breast is healthy, tuna, tofu, things like that. So you really, really want to try it out. Like I said, I don't know if my points are going to change. Right now I get 34 points. I know the least amount of points that people were receiving was 30 points, so I was pretty close to that. But it's based on your age and your weight, how they determine the points. I'm going to include a link down below to check out the Weight Watchers site to find out more information about this new program. Also to find out where a meeting is near you. You can go in and just check a meeting out for free. I'm almost positive, just one meeting. But I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that. But I think that the first meeting I went to, it was just to see if I liked it. And that was, I don't know if that's changed, but last year I went to the first meeting and I didn't join. I joined as soon as the meeting was over because I got so much inspiration on it. Like I said, you won't, sorry, it's not a regret. If you want to know what's the best Christmas present to give yourself this year, and it's the gift of giving something to yourself, something to make you a healthier you and a better for you new year. So 2018 will be the best year possible. So I hope this was information was helpful to you. If not, check out some other channels. I'm sure they have better information than I did.